American Sniper, directed by Clint Eastwood, starring Bradley Cooper, Sienna Miller, is a true story about Chris Kyle's life in the U.S. Navy SEALs and how was deployed from here to Baghdad. The whole war. This is based off the book as well from Chris Kyle. This movie, I gotta say, a lot of critics are not really praising this movie at all, and I don't think it was nominated too much in the Oscars or Golden Globes. And Clint Eastwood has been known to, drop the ball a little bit. But this movie, I don't know how true it is to, the actual life of Chris Kyle. Like I said, it's based off his book and stuff, so I don't know how much of factual stuff is in this film. It was a damn good movie. I really liked this movie. I really liked the story of Chris Kyle. I really liked him as a human being. I'm not going to get into basically whether, there's a lot of people's feelings about the war, about war in general, should we or should we not, this and that. I'm not going to dive into that. I'm just going to say every decision affects you, and that is rightfully so in this film. Every decision Chris makes, Bradley Cooper, affects him. I thought the direction was really well done, except towards the beginning when some of the shots where we first meet Chris and he's a cowboy. I think one shot, it wasn't even just framed right. So the camera guy really didn't frame some of the shots right. I think one thing that really took me out of it was when their first child, when Sienna Miller's holding their child, the baby kind of looked fake to me for some reason. I don't know if it was a real baby or not. It looked kind of fake. Cinematography was great. Really had that lone survivor kind of feel. It really had that, it has pretty much Clint Eastwood's touch on it. When cinematography, with the feel, the tone, it's Clint Eastwood's movie. It had that feel. It's not as dark. It's a little bit more lighter than his other films. There's also one scene that has to do with sandstorms that was either you're gonna like that, you're gonna jump on board with it, or not. But that's how it really was, I'm assuming. So I did really appreciate that scene with the sandstorm. Bradley Cooper in this film, once again, like Guardians of the Galaxy, where I thought I was going to just hear Bradley Cooper's voice. I'm like, oh, that's Bradley Cooper. That's Rocket Raccoon. And, of course, watching that film and watching Rocket, I didn't even think it was Bradley Cooper. I thought that's Rocket. That's his voice. Perfect. Bradley Cooper in this film playing Chris. He gained a lot of, definitely a lot of muscle, fat. He gained a lot of weight for this particular role. I didn't see Bradley Cooper in it. Maybe sometimes a little bit, but most of the time I just saw Chris. I saw this guy's journey, this guy's story, this guy's everyday have to deal with all this stuff. How he wants to just do good by his country, help those, and fight. It really is a hurrah kind of story, and you can look at Unbroken too. They definitely have that similarity where America, this and that. Chris is somewhat like that, but just I think it was more executed better in this film than Unbroken. Sienna Miller was kind of the weakest link. I didn't really like her too much in this film. She did okay, don't get me wrong. She did fine. She doesn't really take you out of it. Maybe towards the ending, some parts were could have been better acting-wise. I thought she was kind of the weakest link of this film. This film is very long. I think it was 2.5 hours. I could be wrong. It might be just 2 hours. But you know what? The pacing and the overall feel and tone, I didn't feel bored. I didn't feel like it lagged. I felt like I was just so engaged, and I wanted to know what was going to happen next. How there was really no lagging moments in this film, even with the stuff where we really get to know him and the relationship with his wife. I thought it's still, it's there for a reason. I thought a lot of these things were there for a reason. There was one shot, cinematography-wise, that was I didn't like at all. It was basically the very beginning. You'll see in the rodeo, there's a rodeo shot, and it's so dark, and you can't really see anything when you see the bull riding. So I didn't really like that as well. But overall, this film, I really liked it. I really liked it. It was very, very sad, very sad. The ending, I think people maybe would want a little bit more of explanation towards that ending. But I thought, I'm somewhat one of them, but I'm neutral about it. I could live, it's it definitely, I can see why Clint Eastwood did that particular ending the way it was. man, just the gunplay, the firefights were so well done. The tension was so well done as well. When especially especially you see in a trailer and you see in this film, there's more of those moments. There's more tension moments like that. There's decision making that will affect him and his team. So it was just it was also just really great movie. I really like this movie. I really do believe it's better than Unbroken. I think it was better shot. It was better acting. It was better story. This guy's story was, even though don't get me wrong, Unbroken I enjoyed as well. But this guy's story, man, this guy was a badass. This guy is a badass, man. He basically. He's the legend. He's the legend. I did like the Punisher. I saw the Punisher. But this film, I mean, Clint Eastwood. There's some films that I don't enjoy with Clint Eastwood, but there's a lot of films I enjoyed with Clint Eastwood. I really enjoyed, Gran Torino. Gran Torino wasn't nominated for a lot of stuff, and a lot of people were kind of upset that it didn't get as much recognition. I think it can go the same with this film. It's like a Gran Torino, where it actually, maybe it wasn't perceived as well on the critics and the award seasons and stuff. But this film really, I think it is a gem. I think it really is a really good film, a really solid film. You guys got to go to the theater. I think you guys will enjoy this experience more at the movie theater. There was a lot. It's great to feel other people's reaction, other people's responses throughout this film. It's so going to a theater. It's the best experience to really watch this film and watch this man's story from beginning to end, and why he did the things he did, and why he's struggling with some of the stuff he did. So. Really, really great. So, like I said, acting, overall performances were great. Cinematography was well done. The choreography, the firefights, really well done. There's one part with a that has to do with a missile that was crazy. The Chris going against these elite snipers, going against this elite sniper, was really tenseful and really, really great as well. There was one scene too with Sienna Miller that cuts back and forth that maybe the editing could have been a little bit better. But overall, great film. Really, really damn good movie. Go check it out. If you guys really like these kind of movies, like people's stories, war, see what these people are fighting. They're fighting for us. They're fighting for this country. They're doing things that not necessarily we could do. I mean, if we want to help our country, like. Basically, these guys are really, I have a lot of family members who are in the Army, who are in the Marines and stuff, and, it's not easy. It's not easy what these guys go through. It's not easily mentality what these guys go through. So it just really makes you appreciate our troops even more and what they do, even whatever your feelings are with the war and stuff. These men and women are still fighting, for us, and somebody has to do it, and they're doing it, and I gotta thank them, thank the troops. Really, there's that one trailer with Vince Vaughn, and it's a joke, like I never got first class and stuff. But overall, I mean, I think that's the right move. A lot of these guys, who come back, especially with the Vietnam veterans and stuff, they don't get a lot of, I don't think they get a lot of stuff when they get back, a lot of treatment as much. Some of the stuff we see, because they go through a lot of stuff that I don't think we could comprehend. So hopefully we can give our troops just a little bit more than normal citizens, because these guys really, they really step up. Great, damn good film. If you don't want to watch this, though, if you're not looking to spend that money and wait for it on DVD, I do recommend Lone Survivor with Mark Wahlberg. Lone Survivor is out on DVD. It's not out on Netflix yet. I don't know why, or maybe it is. Not sure. Lone Survivor. Check it out with Mark Wahlberg. If you do not want to see this film, just think about it. I highly recommend this film. Really enjoyed it. Really came out of it just like appreciating more of our troops, appreciating more of this man's life. Appreciate more of what I have, and really thinking about how the world works. So that's yeah. So let me know what you guys thought about this film. If you saw it, let me know if you think like I said, Bradley Cooper did an amazing job. I wouldn't be shocked if he did get nominated. He did such a great job in this film. Bradley Cooper, I love this performance more than I loved his performance in American Hustle. So let me know what you guys think, and like always, grab a tick, grab a seat, enjoy some good popcorn. I'll see you at the cinema, people. More movies on the way. Thank you.